Woke Society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow. Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal. Grab your flashlight, it's time to go down the rabbit hole. It's dark and hell is hot, dealing with satanic souls. The tide is turning, patriots are now in control. Apply aggressive pressure right now until they fold. Stay woke, open up your eyes and keep them peeled. All they do is lie, realize not everything is real. Through Project Looking Glass, the future is revealed. Future proves past, but there won't be any deals. No time like the present for this music with the messages. The method to my madness, beat the madness to my method. Give you nothing but the truth now to capture your attention. Broke free from the matrix, master the dimensions. People swear they know the truth, but aren't asking any questions. Confirmation bias, so they pass on interventions. For those who know the truth, but they pass it just to mention. If anything you might say, the passes their defenses. Wake up, and don't you dare go back to sleep. Always keep one eye open for demons on the creep. Once you turn into a wolf, you won't ever be a sheep. The worldwide awakening, so now run and tell your peace. Woke Society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow. Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Scott here from Woke Societies. It's episode number 994. Welcome to all of our friends over on Rumble, Kick, X, YouTube, and of course, my favorite fam over on pilled.net. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. I know things are a little bit different tonight, a little bit different. That's okay. I am going to be slowly optimizing or quickly optimizing my show since being back on YouTube, and there's going to be a lot of good changes coming. Lots of good change. Hey, Rob, we're seeing the chat over on YouTube. A lot of good changes coming, guys, and we'll get into that a little bit later. That's actually not why I didn't start with the news blitz and all that other stuff. We'll get into it here in just a little bit. How's everyone's weekend? Great to have everyone out there. Thank you all so much for being here. It's Tuesday. Actually, it snowed like crazy. It snowed like crazy. We actually had our first snow. It's only November 11th, which is crazy. And it felt like 8 degrees last night. I had the wood stove going all night into the night. And guys, I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep last night. And I felt like, I'm not even joking, I felt like I was wrestling demons for a good part of the night, and it was the weirdest thing. And the reason why I wanted to jump right into the show content tonight is because I was feeling a certain way. I've actually been feeling a certain way for a few weeks now, and probably about a month. And I try to keep my emotions in check with all this stuff, guys. And I'm going to get pretty vulnerable here in just a moment. Try to keep, hey, the effing doctor, great to see you out there, my friend. Made it home. All right, let's go. I try to keep everything in check, especially pertaining to all these events happening in our country with Trump and everything. And I posted a video earlier all over the socials, a little short, about 3 minutes long, about dropping the hammer. Okay, and we have been we have been on this journey for a long time, and I know everyone on YouTube is a little bit behind because we were taken off of YouTube 5 years ago. And we're kind of catching up with everybody over there. They have not been on the journey that you guys on Pilled have been on with me. And we're just trying to catch up everybody. A lot of people don't remember my takes, don't know how much I've changed over the last 5 years doing shows like this. And I was up at night very, very angry. Very angry. And it's not me at all. And I was just bitchy and I just was in such a terrible mood. And what it's come down to for me, guys, in the last few weeks or so, and I've kind of said it before to all of you out there already about how I feel about things not really changing too much as far as affordability, right? And the hammer dropping. And I got really triggered. I got really triggered last night over something I do consider stupid. I just want your guys' takes on all this. We're gonna jump. This is all gonna tie into the show tonight. I had just caught at the end of Trump's interview with Laura Ingraham, okay? And one of the questions was being asked to him about the universities and Chinese students. And this is not the first time this has come up about China and letting people in and keeping the universities open. And he basically answered a question about how he wants 600,000 Chinese students to come in, essentially, and basically said he has the pulse of MAGA, and keeping those universities open is a part of that, okay? And for whatever reason, guys, I don't know why, it sent me over the edge. It set me over the edge. And it's just because, I think it's simply because the messaging that I'm seeing at the moment right now about the, quote, golden age is not translating in my life. It's not translating in most people that I see and talk to every day in their lives. And I want to take on that golden age. I want to feel it, right? I want to taste it. And it's just not there right now. It's just not there right now. And I just want, guys, and I've said this a million times before, we are not in a cult. We're not attached to an ideology. We are not, we don't just nod our heads and just agree with everything and just carry on and just hope and pray that, it's just all going to work itself out, right? We have called out Trump on many things on this show. And the biggest one probably was the jabs. Call him out on the jabs. We've called them out on Israel too. We've called them out on all that stuff, on Ukraine, all that. And as of late, it just feels like the messaging has been god awful. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's his advisors. I don't know what any of it is. And I just want to point this out real quick, guys. And I'm going to bring this up probably at least 2 or 3 times during this show, because everything on the internet is amplified, right? It's all driven to steroid level insanity. People are freaking out. Oh my God, don't talk bad about Trump. Guys, criticism of Trump, and I don't even know it's you guys. It's just a lot of people. My voice now has been exposed to thousands of people now. But I think just last week we did 45,000 views. Okay, just last week 45,000 views this show did, and we just got back after 5 years. Okay, we had we were cruising 5 years ago in 2020, absolutely dominating. And our voices got taken away. We got cut off because we were talking too much truth about COVID, too much truth about the jabs. We had Q drops in there. We had a whole bunch of stuff that we were talking about. And we're just dominating. Ourselves, Red Pill, Dave, X22, all of us together, we were crushing the media. It was great. Now, after 5 years being gone, now we're coming back. It's a little bit different this time. It feels a little bit different this time. And the messaging that I feel like is that Trump is being told to, or questions he's being asked about, did not land. And I don't know why, it just triggered the hell out of me. And then hearing about a 50-year mortgage, I thought about it, and I thought it was just, it triggered the fuck out of me. I'm like, a 50-year mortgage? Like, I get they want to try to get people, young men into the young families back into homes. I get that. But I'm just like, this doesn't sound like what I really voted for, right? And then what kept me up at night, guys, what really kept me up at night was the UC Berkeley riot of Antifa last night. I couldn't sleep, guys. I was so angry I could not sleep. Watching what happened at UC Berkeley last night at the TPUSA event was so disgusting to me. It was so disgusting to me, okay? Watching Antifa spit, curse at children, at women. These aren't even like men, right? Not even like men, right? Just straight up. Anyone that was at this event, just completely antagonizing, violence, flares, smoke, loud noises, whatever it is. And I'm sitting here like, where's the fucking hammer? Where's the hammer at? I'm like, these guys were just designated as a domestic terrorist organization, just designated as a domestic terrorist organization. And these guys are running around rampant as if they're untouchable, as if that messaging has not scared them whatsoever. Okay. And my mind went to a very dark place where it doesn't normally go. And I start going down the rabbit hole of like, what's the future for my kids? What are my kids going to inherit if this actually doesn't work out? What if things get so bad that socialism is actually accepted by the younger generations because there's just nothing left at this point in the current state of things that this country is running? What are my kids going to be going into when I'm not here to take care of them anymore? Bam, I started going insane in my head, and eventually I crashed out and fell asleep probably around 3 a.m. I woke up and I felt like shit. I didn't even know if I could do a show this morning or tonight, and I was bitching in the chats with Cage and everybody, and it was bad. It was bad, and let's just go through it. Okay? Because what I find disgusting about all this is that Charlie Kirk was just killed 2 months ago, and I feel like all the Tom Homan clips, all the Steve Miller clips, all the messaging coming out of the administration's great. The memes are great, and it's all funny. But I've said this before, guys. I've said to you this before. It gets to a point where the memes and all that stuff, all the clips, all that good stuff it's good. You want to hear that? But it gets to a point where it's like, okay, that's all good, but we need the results on top of it, right? That's just kind of where I've been at with it. And watching this, these clowns, once again, just fighting people, mocking people, spitting on them, doing the Charlie Kirk gunshot to the neck in front of children. These people want us dead, okay? They want us dead. And the thing is, them assassinating Charlie Kirk, guys, I don't think people have really realized, and it's not set in, how much damage that has actually done to the movement. And there is so much, it feels like so much infighting among the right now over Israel, over just fucking nonsense. Just so much nonsense, right? And I do think in some ways it's a good thing, but I do think in some ways this assassination has worked as far as causing complete chaos among this side and just opening up a vacuum of just with nothing to fill it right now. And you have a power struggle trying to fill that, and the new right is currently being formed right now. That's what's going on. And there's a million other things in the middle of all that that's happening as well. But you would think that after all this, you would start seeing the hammer being dropped on Antifa all over the place. And maybe it is. Because the reason why, guys, I felt so had so much anxiety about this is because they are running out the clock, and that is their main agenda right now. Their main agenda is running out this clock. That's all they're trying to do. They run out the clock on Trump. They win the midterms. They're going to impeach him. And then the last 2 years is going to be a giant waste. That's what I'm seeing right now. And the midterms are literally next November. We're a year out from there now. A year out. I want to see arrests. I want to see Antifa getting arrested all over the place. I want to see it all. Because at this point, it's got to happen soon, right? And the thing is, right, I hated the word panicking. I hated the word panicking when it first came out. I was even using it to make fun of people. What I've seen happening now, going on is that anyone that even questions or even criticizes the messaging or Trump a little bit, there's this little emotional blackmail about it's all good. It's all good. It's all going to work itself out. It's kind of the trust the plan type of shit. And you don't know what Trump's doing behind the scenes. You don't know. You don't have access to what he's saying. You don't know what he's going on. Guys, do not let anyone gaslight you about having legitimate concerns about what you're seeing in your life and what you're seeing play out in front of your eyes. Don't let anyone gaslight you and to think, okay, I just have to fall in line and just keep hoping harder that things are going to get better, right? Now, get this shit out. Get it out of your system. Get it out of your system. You don't want that. You don't want that in your system. Get it all out. All right? That's kind of where I'm at with it. And today for this show is my get it out of my system show. This is my therapy right now. That's where I'm kind of going with this, because I need this for myself sometimes, guys, because guess what? I owe Trump everything. I would not have a channel. I would not have gotten into this without Trump. You guys all know my story at this point. When the media turned on Trump in 2016 and 2017, I woke up because I could not believe what was going on with the media attacking Trump so hard. And the whole Russian story made no sense to me. I decided to look into it, realized how much we were being lied to. And then I woke up, and I've been down the rabbit holes ever since. Down the rabbit holes ever since, okay? For anyone that may be new here, may have never watched me before, that's kind of where this whole journey began for me in 2017. And criticizing Trump does not mean abandoning his agenda and abandoning MAGA. Okay? Anything that you put online, even a little bit that might go against Trump, a little bit, people want to say, oh, God, you're turning. You're turning. It's like, motherfuckers, I've said this. The nuance in this type of space is eroding. People want to be so black and white about everything. And you can't be like that with everything. There's nuance and context to literally everything going on right now. And, you know, to be called, you know, a cult member for God knows 6-7 years, well, Trump out a bunch of things, right? And the thing is, guys, at the end of the day, do I believe this is all going to get turned around? I absolutely do think this is going to get turned around. We have no choice but to turn this around. That's all we can do. That's literally all we can do. And that's going to continue to be the mission. But seeing this type of stuff, violence and arrest, hey, thank you so much, Drunk Pinata, for that raid coming in over on pill.net. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Shout out to you guys. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, fam. Thank you, thank you. Violence and arrest at Berkeley as Antifa swarms TPUSA event mocks Charlie Kirk's death. Per frontline TPUSA reporter Savannah Hernandez, at least 2 people were arrested on campus after a fight broke out between a Trump supporter and an Antifa member. The Trump supporter was left bloodied, claimed the Antifa member had tried to rob him. Antifa members attempted to de-arrest the member being arrested by police. And there's a quick video of this, I think, real quick. I'm not going to play everything, but this was the scene, guys. Antifa is out all over the place. And what is being done about it? Great. Yeah, the video would play clearly, it would be even better. But that you can hear the rhetoric. F you fascist. Throws his shirts on the ground. Rips his necklace off that has a cross on it. This is completely anti-American at this point, fam. It is anti-American. And these people are being left to walk around as if nothing's happening. They haven't been designated as a terrorist organization. And I'm sitting over here like, how is this allowed to continue happening? Because that was during the day. And as the sun went down out, and this is again UC Berkeley, a very liberal area, okay? A very liberal area. This is what you had going down after. That's what this ended up turning into. Okay? And seeing it is disgusting. And then it got violent because it always does with these clowns. That's what it turned into, right? Fascist, all this, right? And guys, I'm watching this as I'm trying not to get more angry about like how I feel about everything. trying really hard. And it wasn't working. And I kept doom scrolling, which is probably the worst thing I could probably do. Doom scrolling does not help. And I'm just getting more furious. And then this was put out, right? And it's just like, are we watching the rapid decline of our country in real time here? Because on top of all this, the media did it again, guys. They did it again. Okay. Mostly peaceful protests. And it's like, are we really doing this again from COVID? Yes, we are.
Event. Our Amanda Harry is live on the scene there where protesters also showed up. We've already actually seen at least one fight break out. Amanda.
Yeah, things have been lively here. While that Turning Point USA event is still happening inside, protesters have been out here for hours. You can see them still here behind me. They have been chanting, just a very, very lively scene out here. While things have been mostly peaceful, there have been some tense moments earlier this year.
They did it. You would think that a reporter would never say those words again, and they just don't care.
Lively scene out here. While things have been mostly peaceful, there have been some tense moments. Earlier this evening, there was a scuffle that broke out where two men started fighting. UC Berkeley police had to break up that interaction. Later, someone was throwing smoke bombs and a car backfired, leading some of the people who were protesting to run away. The protest was put together by students organizing for liberation. Some students say they don't believe UC Berkeley should host a large Turning Point USA event like this one, but other people are happy to be here for the event.
So this is what, fam, we've been talking about this stuff for years, okay? It doesn't seem like too much is changing. The media is still lying. The media is still brainwashing, right? People are waking up, guys. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The other side's in shambles as well, okay? It's the optics and the messaging that I'm getting pissed off about, and it seems like the bite that the admin that we had the momentum, the bite that he had in November, it seems to kind of be fading away in some regards, okay? Because if these people were truly afraid of getting having consequences and being locked up, they would not be out here en masse doing what they're doing. And what I find really annoying right now is we call out all the con Inc. grifters. We call out all the podcasting bros, right? We call them out, and people that I have trusted and followed, like Savannah Hernandez and others like her, diehard MAGA. They're just honest people. They criticize when criticism is warranted. They are being called panicans and all the other bullshit as well. Now being lumped into that for simply pointing out. Where's the messaging? Why is this even being allowed right now? And to even say that people are now, now that's causing a divide among the right as well. And it's just insanity. It's just crazy. Because when you go and look at what Savannah Hernandez is talking about, it's a little bit different than what the media portrayed it to be, as per usual.
This is Savannah Hernandez at UC Berkeley at the TPUSA Out of the Bay protest. Now, it is about 7 p.m. at this point, but this has been going on since 4:30, and my friends, it has been absolute chaos. Now, at the beginning of the night, you quickly had two people that were arrested. One person was a Trump supporter, another was an Antifa member, and as the Trump supporter was getting arrested, he stated that the Antifa member came and tried to steal his stuff, resulting in the altercation. Now that happened.
There's his chain. He had a cross chain on that is now gone.
Really quickly at the
and what happens? They get arrested.
Beginning of the protest, and everything just evolved since then. Now, this is actually the entrance to the TPUSA event tonight, and the attendee line actually stretched out this way, and it kind of stretched into this area so people could get into this conference center behind me. Now, what ended up happening is this huge swarm of protesters, many of which are trans members, some of them are furries, and of course, many Antifa
trans and furries
members and Antifa-aligned groups. They all ended up swarming those attendees. Now, one of the Antifa members actually lit off a flare, smoke started going everywhere, and then another protester drove past in his vehicle. It started backfiring multiple times. It kind of sounded like gunshots. I could see the visible fear in many of the attendees' eyes, and they all started swarming into this area.
So they all swarmed all the entrances, blocking it, cursing women out, cursing children out, children crying. And I just livid, guys. Livid. Okay? These people, This is the thing, right? This is how things kind of change. We wanted the border fix. We want the economy fix. Those are the top two. Right now, guys, as far as ranking among Americans, as far as what's more important, border right now is now 5. Deportations are down to 5. Accountability, affordability, and getting rid of these terrorists inside of our country. That's the top 3 right now. And that is what we were saying and what others have been trying to tell Trump for a little while now. It's trying to bring back down to the domestic part. Domestic part now. Not Israel, not Ukraine, not any of it. The home front. And to say that is to be a panic and apparently and to trust the plan. And fam, I just want to put anyone out there that may be feeling the same way that I do. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. I feel it. I get it. Does that mean I'm going to start trashing Trump? I'm going to turn on MAGA now? Of course not, guys. I'm MAGA all the way through. I'm going down with this ship regardless, guys, whether this happens bad or good, okay? Bad or good. And criticism is good. It's all good. There's no problems with it. No problems with it. And yes, I'm very well aware of the area. It's very liberal. And Andy Noah wanted to put this out there saying the UCPD and its mutual aid partners have jurisdiction over the campus and will always be in liberal jurisdictions where Antifa terror is tolerated or encouraged. The UCPD Cal failed in moving the protest perimeter further away from the event attendees. I wonder if there was any FBI presence to gather intel on the organizers who directed calls for militant direct action by any means necessary, organize the riot as they've done many times in the past. And I didn't know this, guys. Little fun fact I found out today. The UC Berkeley campus police chief is Yogananda Pittman. And who was that? She was the chief of Capitol Police on January 6th, which is technically not true. Stephen's son was, but it was transferred to her after Stephen's son spoke up about all the shenanigans that went down on January 6th. And then he got outed because he was too close to the son. And then they put this crazy woman, Yogananda Pittman, into the position. And now she left the Capitol Police. And now she went to go be the Capitol Police chief at UC Berkeley. Isn't that crazy how that works? So I understand Trump can't control every little aspect of every little situation that goes down in this country, guys. We know that. Am I blaming Trump for all this? I'm not. But it is now very apparent and clear at this moment the messaging is not getting through. And it seems like the assassination that took place against Charlie Kirk and what their outcome for it seems to be working right now. Okay, this isn't to demoralize. This isn't to blackpill, guys. This isn't about any of that. This is reality, okay? This is a reality check, which I think is good. It's all good. Because we don't live in fairyland. We don't just nod our heads, yep, Trump's going great. It's awesome. Everything's great. While our bank accounts are being lit on fire. No one can buy a house. No one can afford food. And illegals and people on Snap get everything. While guess what? The middle class is continuing to get gutted. Okay? It's okay to say those things. Do I believe Trump is going to turn this around? I do. But there's a question that I've been wondering, and Daily put it out there as well. And I thought this is great. Can someone explain to me why narco-terrorists get reduced to rubble as they should be, that they're classified as terrorists, but domestic terrorists like Antifa are still operating with impunity at college campuses? At minimum, shouldn't they be cuffed and stuffed on site? And the answer to that is obviously yes, they should be. These people are openly cheering and want more assassinations and want more death. It's obvious. It is beyond obvious at this point. And right before the show, I didn't even realize this. I didn't even realize it because I'm like, where's the reaction? Where's a Truth Social post? Where is it? And as far as I know, there hasn't been any Truth Social post about any of this. And the only response we got that I was able to find here, literally right before the show, was a post here from Bondi talking about saying that Antifa is an existential threat to our nation. The violent riots at UC Berkeley last night are under full investigation by the FBI-led Joint Terrorism Task Force. We will continue to spare no expense on masking all who commit and orchestrate acts of political violence. Under President Trump's leadership and pursuant to his executive order designating Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization, the Department of Justice and our law enforcement partners are dismantling violent networks that seek to intimidate Americans and suppress their free expression and First Amendment rights. Okay? So she put this out there, and I'm just like, great. Great. A post. Is this just window dressing? Because it's not translating yet. It has not translated yet. The illegals getting deported, that's going on right now. That is absolutely going on right now. There's no doubt about it. Because when I pull back here, guys, and look at the 40,000-foot view again, all I'm seeing is Americans, good, law-abiding, middle-class Americans out here trying to do everything to get by. And they are the ones being arrested, persecuted, just as much as anyone else, right? I don't know if you guys saw Dave Portnoy. He was doing another pizza review, okay? Doing another pizza review, doing what he's saying. I can't stand Dave Portnoy. It's nothing about him being a Jew. Nothing against Jews. I just can't stand Dave Portnoy. I think he's a degenerate. He gets a bunch of young guys into gambling. He's a sports guy. It's just gay and just ugh, okay? I've never liked Dave Portnoy ever. I think he's a douchebag. He was doing one of his pizza reviews, and a young kid, probably in his young 20s, walked by him, threw some change at him, and said "F the Jews." Okay, that's what he did. Dave, obviously being a Jew, was offended by this, got really upset, and the video went viral. And this kid, now he's a white kid, now has been arrested and hoping his life is going to be ruined over this. Okay, that's what you're getting right now, and this is what Dave had to say about this, and I'll tell you why I feel like this is important right now. Here we go.
I was asking, do you have his name? Do you have a clear picture of him? Well, before I could even identify him, the Starkville police actually beat me to it. They arrested this loser for disturbing the peace. Show him the mugshot. Nice hair, you fucking loser. Introducing Patrick McClintock. Not to be confused with his brother, who's also been arrested a bunch of times. Real fucking classy family. And I hope it was worth it for this kid to do this little stunt. And now this story will follow this piece of shit everywhere he goes. I assume he's going to get booted out of school, deserves it. And every time he applies for a job, they're going to go, oh, so you're an anti-Semitic piece of shit. So like I said, I hope it was worth it. I was asking, do you have
words, okay? Words. Words. And now this kid's life is going to be destroyed over words, okay? Are they offensive? Again, it's all in perspective, right? It's all perspective. Now this kid's life is going to be ruined over this, and Dave's totally good with it. No jobs, kicked out of school. It's what's ends up going to happen, right? And the 40,000-foot view of this is like prioritizing what really matters right now, because again, the American people are watching all this. They're seeing this happen. Matt Walsh just said a man was just arrested for yelling "F the Jews" at Dave Portnoy. So will every single one of these protesters be arrested for yelling "F your dead homie"? Okay? Because that's what they were chanting at the Antifa UC Berkeley event at TPUSA. Fuck your dead homie. At conservatives during the TPUSA event. How can you possibly justify treating one as a crime but not the other? The former was charged with disturbing the peace, or these Antifa thugs not disturbing the peace there. And that's what the police, whoever the police chief was, wherever Dave Portnoy was at the time, saying that, yeah, if you disturb the peace and you're going to make people feel uncomfortable in their skin, we're not going to be okay with that. We're going to arrest you. And that's what happened. And again, you're seeing a double standard here on the cultural level, on the political level, and the justice level, everywhere, right? And it's just like, where's the action at? Where's it at? Where's the hammer? We voted for the hammer, guys. The hammer was here. November 4th, when we got Trump in, was the hammer. Swing states, full sweep, popular vote, electoral vote, everything. Where's the damn hammer? And the thing is, guys, the great thing about MAGA, and I just want to make this very clear as well, I'm not preaching to MAGA right now. The base is never going to go away, okay? I'm talking and preaching to the independents, the newly MAGA, the normies that can't pay attention to stuff on a daily basis like we do, that come to watch my shows to get informed about what's going on in the world. That's who I'm talking to, because the younger generations coming up right now, guys, they are in the worst position as far as generation and from any American that we've had in probably 100 years, okay? They have almost no hope. Trump was that hope. And for a lot of them, he still is. Affording a life, affording a family, of buying a home that is almost out of reach for so many people. And you wonder why young people are looking at Mamdani giving out free shit because the system that they're currently in is almost just as bad. All right? And again, I'm not justifying socialism or communism, guys. I'm giving perspective here. When kids are having to live with roommates in super expensive apartments just to pay rent, they have what else are they working for? It's demoralizing, and they will go at some point to someone else that's giving out new ideas, being masked as a new way forward, but it's this socialism, full government control of the state. And they'll say, yes, this is at least a little bit better than what I was getting. That's the 40,000-foot view, guys, of what I see happening. Mamdani's the beginning of this. This is why Democrats right now are trying to push so hard to get Mamdani as the new face. This is how they inject it, okay? And I'm just going to point something out real quick here, guys. And guys, drop ones in the chat for me. Give me one in the chats if this is resonating with you guys, okay? Give me some ones in the chat. I see most people are pretty on board with this. And again, this isn't a trash Trump and trash, the admin time. It's not about that at all. It has nothing to do with it. This is just being realistic. When I heard Trump, or whoever it was, Polte or anyone else bringing up the fact that, a 50-year mortgage is a good idea. And at first, I just bought my first house a year and a half ago. Literally a year and a half ago. Okay? It was almost a miracle that I was even able to get this place at the time that I was doing all this. Because how old was I? I was 34 going into 35. 3 kids, and I'm just like, am I going to be renting till I'm 40? I have a good job. This is what I do for a living. I'm a live streamer. I have an amazing audience that's carried me since 2018. Been on a wild journey. I love it. I don't want to leave it. And what does it all amount to? Because every penny that I have, almost every penny in savings goes to the government. Every April goes to the government, and I'm left with nothing. Left with nothing. And I'm hearing things about 50-year mortgage. I'm just like, are you serious, dude? I didn't vote for 50-year mortgages. I didn't vote for $2,000 checks either. Now, and I'm going to correct myself right now. On the videos, the shorts I was putting out when I first heard about it, I was saying stimulus checks. They're not stimulus checks. I was wrong about that. They're called, Trump phrased it, the messaging was dividends. Dividends are different than stimulus checks. Stimulus checks means that we're essentially paying for it for ourselves. The dividends are coming from the tariffs, right? That's what it's coming from. And I would rather have the IRS abolished or my federal income taxes completely erased than take a $2,000 check. That's what I voted for. Lower interest rates, affordability, lower prices in grocery stores. That's what I voted for. And this comes out that we find out about this whole 50-year mortgage thing. Last month, Polte came up with a plan where young Americans can use their rental history to secure a mortgage, arguing that if an American is paying $2,500 in rent every month, it proves that they can absolutely afford a mortgage payment for $2,000 a month. That makes sense. That's a great policy. That was a great plan, and I respect that Polt's priority is making more accessible homeownership for Americans a priority. Back to the drawing board on this one. And what's the story that came out? Sold POTUS a bill of goods. White House is furious at Polte over a 50-year mortgage. And what was polled here, P-O-L-L-E-D, polled, is that this pissed a lot of the base off. Pissed a lot of the independent voters off. A 50-year mortgage. A lot of them view that as a trap. Okay, and I know when you buy a home, you don't stay in the home for the full term of the mortgage. A lot of people refinance. And I think the average people that hang on to a mortgage is about 13 years. Sell it, they move on to the next one. And that's the thing, right? And I just see it more of a trap for younger people that are so desperate, and the banks are just going to make a ton of money off of it, okay? And I'm not trashing Polt here. But this is the type of stories that I'm seeing, guys, about messaging and the advisors and them not being on the same page. And again, You're seeing this all over the place at the moment. All over the place. It's not just MSM that's reporting on this. Timcast News says the White House is reportedly furious with housing investor Bill Polk, blaming him for advising President Trump to back a 50-year mortgage plan that sparked massive backlash. Officials say Polk pushed the idea directly to the president without proper vetting, blindsiding senior advisors. That's not good. That's not good. I said the biggest thing that Trump can fix when he internally is the people surrounding him, not with hyenas. Not with hyenas. And I'm not calling these guys hyenas. I'm just saying when I hear stories like this, it doesn't sound like a unified thing. It's kind of messy, unorganized, not good. And I want to point this out because I thought this was a great post. And fam, I don't think, and I, for about a month, I'm like, am I just being a whiny bitch internally in my head about what I'm seeing and the messaging about the golden age? Or am I just like gaslighting myself? And I finally hit a breaking point last night, guys. And I'm glad I did. And I'm sorry if I'm going on about this too long, but fam, I can't be the only one out there feeling this way. I just can't be. And I don't want this. And the big thing is, more than anything, I want a future for my kids. And I just don't want everything that we've been through and everything that how far we've come to just get pissed away by the same fucking people that pissed it away the first time. Because what I see potentially happening is here, these clowns are going to run the clock. The moment that the midterms are up, the Senate is going to turn their fucking backs on Trump. The moment that they can, all of them, they're going to leave him high and dry. And then we're going to have another 2 years of the same bullshit that we had last time. And then who knows what 2028 will bring, right? This is, I don't think this is far off. I remember well the night of the last Republican election, Trump's victory represented the greatest redemption arc of my lifetime, and it felt like we all played a part. Energy was unmistakable. It was as close to a revolution as most of us will get, a true democratic rebuke of an out-of-touch, corrupt government. It was only a matter of time before we turned the country around. And for a brief second, it felt like we might. The market soared, companies promised new jobs stateside, and Doge uncovered waste and fraud daily. But the dream suddenly soured. Almost out of nowhere, the administration pivoted from policies aimed at generational prosperity to those associated with perpetual poverty. 15-year car loans, 50-year mortgages, $2,000 stimulus checks, hardly the stuff of a golden age. Unless you own banks that finance this stuff. And that's the thing. If there's other options, then put the other options out, because what came out is what we got was 50-year mortgages and a 15-year car loan and $2,000 dividend checks. That's not what anything we voted for. So don't be pissed off at some of us that are saying, hey, dude, that's not what you want. That's not what we wanted. It's not what we voted for. And to call us panicans over that and to say, chill out, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm standing with you guys that, may feel like you cannot be captured by the ideology even of your own audience, among your own families, among your own friends. Do not be captured by it. Do not play into the emotional blackmail. Okay? There's good reason to be a little annoyed about all this, right? He says, I don't want to be a panickin, but I also don't want to piss away the last chance we have to turn this country around. The president desperately needs people to be honest with him about the situation on the ground. His victory last November feels like 1,000 years ago. And the statements coming from his staff are unrecognizable from the usual DC claptrap they reportedly ran against. Millennials and Gen Zers are hurting, and together they represent the largest voting bloc in this country. That's me. Millennials. They will remain so for years to come. There are better ways to make life affordable, and young people want and deserve an economy that allows them to flourish. Once they acquire a taste for free shit, there will be no going back. The American dream will be officially dead, and millions of voters will forever associate MAGA with its decline. And that, guys, is not what we want to happen. We don't want that to happen, okay? The last thing, and I'm telling you, and I'm trying to get this across to as many people as possible. The, quote, conservative movement, guys, is transforming before our eyes. It's not what it was. America First is becoming the new platform. I don't even like conservative anymore because, fam, conservative, there's nothing to conserve anymore. The leadership and the politicians have zero desire to conserve anything. It may take a new party. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take. But this is what I'm trying. This is not a message for MAGA. This is a message for all the others that joined our coalition in November, and we all united, and to maintain and retain those people so we can further win with America First policies and agenda. That's what I'm worried about more than anything. And I've had, like I said, told you guys, I have curated list of followings, Telegram, X, everywhere, and people that I trust to get good information for you guys. Rich Barris is one of those people. It says only 22% of voters who identify as independent/other self-describe as conservative. This week, the percentage of voters nationally who self-describe as conservative fell to just 30%, which is an all-time low for us. Conservatism is a dead brand because it didn't conserve anything. And fam, conservatism going to the wayside, it's not a problem. I don't consider that a problem. What's going on right now is that you are truly having an America First revival in this country. Young people see it. This is why they want nothing to do with Israel. They want nothing to do with Ukraine. Why should Americans be worried about any other country when we have Antifa terrorists and people that want to kill us walking among us in our own communities? Okay, this is why I got triggered over the Chinese students and keeping the universities open for black people and Chinese students. And then Trump says he has the pulse of MAGA. You want to know what the pulse of MAGA is? Pulse of MAGA would be shut the universities down permanently and get rid of them and turn them into museums to show the world how much they indoctrinated entire generations, okay? And not just indoctrination, they're camps for spies, domestically and foreign, to steal all kinds of stuff. And God knows who else is involved in allowing that to happen. Americans are allowing that to happen. Indoctrinated leftist, liberal psychos. The pulse of MAGA would be to get rid of the universities. Because you know what these universities are doing? Yeah, they're getting rid of DEI, but they're just rebranding it. They're rebranding it, and they're running out the clock to go back to the same old, same old. All right? That's what I see happening here. And like I said, this agenda that these guys are trying to push here, the Democrats are pushing. It's out in the open. Just like the right now is having a transformation, so is the left. The left is going through a transformation right now, and it's going to socialism. And Bernie Sanders is saying it. They want to get Mamdanis all over the country, guys. You can see this coming a mile away.
So what we have got to do is go above and beyond what happened yesterday, that terrible, terrible vote, and understand that, yes, you have parts of the Democratic establishment who are way, way out of touch with where the American people are or where we have got to go. And our job is to build a political movement. We are doing it with the 3 candidates for the Senate. I expect more to come with many candidates in the House, candidates all over this country running for local office. We're going to build that movement, grassroots movement, to do what Mamdani did in New York City, all over this country.
That's what they want to do. Do what Mamdani did, but all over this country. That they're saying it out loud, guys. It's loud and proud. Loud and proud. Like I said, you know, getting these $2,000 payments, it's not what I want. And by the way, guys, let's just give some clarity on that. This seems like it's going to be $2,000 per person. I'm assuming probably per tax filer. Not per family. $2,000. Okay. Am I gonna cry about getting a $2,000 check? I'm not. I mean, who's gonna cry about that, you know? People are definitely hurting. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. If I had a choice between getting rid of the IRS or just helping with just gutting federal income tax for middle class or up to a certain income, yeah, I'll take that any day over a $2,000 check. Because to be honest, guys, yeah, most of the money that I have to put away for savings, it all goes to the government. And you know what's disgusting to me is that all that money that goes to the government, knowing how much and what they put that money to, is a giant waste and funding illegals and funding not Americans, not my life, everyone else besides Americans. Am I fired up today, guys? Am I really fired up today? I'll get to your guys' donations. I'm just gonna keep steaming through tonight, guys. I see we have 11,350 gold pills, guys. I promise at the end of the show, I will read every single one of them. And we're going to keep this rock and roll. We started a half hour early because we didn't do the news blitz. And we're going to probably bring everyone over to Pilled around 7. We can all hang out. And then we'll read the donations at the end of the show. And we'll continue going on. But guys, 20K is that daily goal, guys. We're more than halfway there. I love you all so much. You guys are right on point. You guys are getting it. 11,350. We're 9K away from hitting that 20K goal, guys. Let's keep that rocking and rolling. Smash the red pill. Repost the show. And let's keep that rocking and rolling, guys. I appreciate that. I really, really do. And this is what it comes down to, okay? You're seeing the rise of people like Nick Fuentes. Tucker Carlson is platforming him. Do I necessarily have a problem with that? I don't. Nick Fuentes has his own flavor. A lot of people think he's an infiltrator. He's a divider. I don't really have an opinion on that whatsoever. I just think he's doing his own thing. I don't know who pays him. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't really care, to be honest. Some of the things that he says are on point. A lot of the shit he says, I'm not about at all. But the thing is, younger kids are looking up to him because why? Because he is all about America first. All about it. Not Israel, not Ukraine, not Russia, not anywhere else. And they're down and out right now. They're down and out. I just want to show something to you guys because this is what this really comes down to. All right? When you look at generations and what's happened to this country, because I've said this story before. When I was younger and I was seeing like the projection, like you go to elementary school, you go to middle school, you go to high school, you go to college. After you go to college, you get a job, then you get a house, and you get a family. And then you go in, you work, you go into retirement, maybe buy another house or two, go on all kinds of vacations, take your retirement, and sail off into the wind, right? That was probably my young 20s, just like, I'm working 3 jobs. I went to community college. I was $14,000. I paid that off in a couple of years. And I'm looking like, I'm working 3 jobs, and this was when I was in my young 20s. I'm 35 now. This is 15 years ago. And even then, I was like, how the hell am I going to buy a house in New York? I can't live here. I can't afford here. If one thing wrong goes with that house, I'm done. I'm smoked. I have no savings, and I'm royally screwed. So I didn't buy a house. I rented. That's what ended up happening. And that continued and carrying on, and things they got worse. You know, at some point, it was like hoping it was going to get better, right? It didn't get better. It got worse. I don't know how people can afford to live these days. And the crazy part about this is that just a generation ago, guys, not too long ago, after World War II, over 50% of Americans had a family and a home by the age of 30. By the age of 30. Not after, by the age of 30. So you're talking, your peak years are probably in your 20s to 30s for fertility, for buying a home. That's like that is your prime years. That adds up, right? You guys know what it's down to now? Less than 10%. 10%, fam. That is an equivalent of our country in an entire couple generations getting raped. Is that too much? That's where it's at right now. The average first-time homebuyer right now, guys, is 39 years old. And that's why I said I am extremely grateful that I was able to get into this house. It's not ideal. It's not my dream home. It's not my forever home either. I was just happy and grateful to get a house. Because majority of people that are in my generation are renting, living with roommates, not having families, not having kids, and not enjoying their lives the way that they should be. And why is that? Because foreign bankers and buyers and corporations sold us out for decades, completely sold us out, and then we find out that the FHA is handing out loans and mortgages like candy to illegals. And what do Americans get? We have to go through it the hard way. We have to go through it with income, with working our asses off, paying taxes, following the laws, doing everything we're supposed to. We are literally fighting right now, guys, for the American dream. And this, and I don't like to be like super dramatic. You're like, this is going to be the last fight. That's gay. But fam, I feel like this is going to be one of our last chances to get this reign back in because, if you're going to tell me 10% of Americans right now are just buying their homes, what do you think the younger generations right now that look up to Mamdani, that look up to a Nick Fuentes are going to have to go through? Are they going to be buying their homes when they're 40s and 50s for the first time? Insane. It's insane. And what I got, and it's funny because I was looking at, didn't realize the day. And today's Veterans Day. Shout out to our veterans. I love you guys. Shout out to all of our veterans. You guys rock. Shout out to the veterans. You guys are amazing. I was thinking about those. I was seeing these numbers, and I was like, if all the World War II vets were alive right now, I would love to know. Do you think, look at the country as it stands right now, and how do you feel about your sacrifice? And that'd be a really hard question to ask, but I'd be really curious to see the answers. Give all these veterans from World War II a 40K view of everything going on in this country just in the last 10, 15 years and be like, is this what you fought for? And it pisses me off more than anything, guys, that we've had hundreds of thousands, millions of people die to save our values, to save our culture, to save our freedoms. And look where we're at. We already passed the 1-year anniversary for World War I. We're going to be approaching World War II in about, 15, 16 years. And I played this video before, guys, and I'm going to play it now because it makes perfect sense. This was during the Joe Biden administration, but I would say that it's probably still the same now. This was during Memorial Day, but it's still a veteran. Take a watch.
I don't know. I've lived a good life. I mean, I've had a lot of happiness, smiling, telling everybody that everything was beautiful every day. If I went into my church and didn't say everything was beautiful, they'd think I was sick. And I'm not that way. I mean, I sincerely believe in this old world that everything is beautiful. I mean, if I wake up in the morning and see these plants out here and all those flowers that are in there and the green grass on the ground, that's beautiful. And people don't realize what they have. They bitch about it. And then nowadays, I am so upset that the things we did and the things we fought for and the boys that died for it, it's all gone down the drain. Our country's gone to hell in a handbasket. We haven't got the country we had when I was raised. Not at all. Nobody will have the fun I had. Nobody will have the opportunity I had. It's just not the same. That's not what our boys, that's not what they died for.
Oh.
It's not it. So sorry. Be all right. It takes me time to get over it. Why me sitting here like this? All this going on. Listen, Emily, it's just not the same.
So that was one, right? This one is a little bit older. What I'm about to show you guys is a different perspective in a different country, but this is something that's happening all over the place, okay? This one came out 4 days ago. And I saw this, was like, damn. This was a British World War II vet. Now, think about how crazy things are in this country. Think about if you lived in the UK. What's going on in Europe? What's going on in London? They are way further down in the managed destruction of their countries as they know it than we are here in America. I mean, we're not that far behind, but they are way gone, way gone. The entire Western, all of Europe has gone woke. Not all of it, but a lot of it. This was a World War II British veteran saying, "My friends gave their lives for what? The country today as it sits." I have to point this out. Meanwhile, this guy here on the left is just looking at the ground because, I don't know, he kind of looks like a movie. All right, Alec, let's put in the CD. That's what he gets, man. That's what he deserves. Yes, give that man a lap dance. But to be honest, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff that I couldn't help but think today. What? If you're a veteran in those days, like you had, like it was sold that like you're fighting for your country, you're fighting for freedom. You know, go fight the fascists in Germany, right? That was the message. You're fighting for to preserve what we have and to make it even better for the next generations. And here we are. Here we are. It's just crazy. And Trump, you know, to honor the veterans, it is Veterans Day, so we absolutely are honoring the veterans. Trump was doing his ceremony again today next to JD Vance. And let's just take a watch at that. Take a watch here. So they did the whole ceremony today honoring veterans. And what Trump wanted to put out here, saying that they also want to proclaim that it's not just Veterans Day, but it's also called Victory Day. And I'm good with that. We should celebrate. We should absolutely celebrate. And what's crazy is, like I said, before the show started, I saw the post from Bondi go through. And then I saw here Stephen Miller. And this is why I'm saying, guys, again, this is not a black-pilling show. This is not a doom porn show. This is not F Trump and, we're all screwed. We're all going to die. It's over. Nothing like that. Trump listens to the base. He absolutely does. And he obviously, and I say obviously does because what came out literally today during the afternoon, Steve Miller comes out. And what is he talking about? Straight up affordability.
I need to answer it. What is next for the economic plan for this president? We're focusing relentlessly on affordability. So President Trump's working to bring down the cost of living even more than he already has. So Thanksgiving meals are going to be 25% cheaper. But President Trump is not content with that. He is fighting to bring down the cost of every single consumer and household good. And the tax bill is going to be a huge part of this. Because when we make life more affordable for our companies, for domestic industry, for domestic manufacturing, with 100% expensing, with the largest tax cuts in history, then prices are going to keep coming down. This also involves energy affordability. No president in history has done more, Larry, you know this so well, to make energy more affordable. President Trump is leaning into energy affordability We are building new pipelines for the first time in the northeastern corridor of this country. You've seen that we have a major pipeline that's moving through, the Nessie pipeline, more to come. And the president is also making nuclear energy, modern, safe, reliable, clean nuclear energy to power the future. He issued 4 historic executive orders on nuclear energy. America will be the center of the nuclear energy renaissance in this country. And one more thing, Larry, AI. America under President Trump is the AI capital of the world. That's bringing in trillions of investment. That's bringing in millions of jobs. That's raising our standard of living. We are at the precipice of one of the great economic periods in the whole history of this country, Larry.
So the affordability messaging is now coming out. All right. And this is where I want to leave on a good positive note here, guys. I do believe Trump's going to get this turned around for the midterms. I do believe that the best that he has in store with us is coming up this coming year. I don't think it's going to happen this month or December. Once January hits, guys, the big, beautiful bill takes effect. All that stuff's going to go into effect. The tax breaks, everything. All that's going into effect. And the economy should be roaring by then. And I think also Jerome Powell will almost be out as well. That's going to that's also going to be playing a lot into this. And we don't know exactly where all this is going to end up going out. But, fam, I do believe, again, it will get turned around. It will get turned around. I have no doubt about it. And I finally feel like I lost 20 pounds, guys, because I got that shit off out of my chest. I really felt like, guys, I was wrestling with demons last night. I had all kinds of thoughts in my head. Quit the show. F YouTube. Just move on from this. You've wasted your time. Like, the devil was really, like, trying to get at me in here. And I don't think that's a coincidence either, the moment with, like, the first week I'm back on YouTube. Because I started posting everywhere, right? I started posting on TikTok. TikTok gave me 2 strikes for no reason. And again, there's constant attack still. And I'm so grateful YouTube let me back on. But at the same time, it's like, did they do it because they felt like it was the right thing to do, or did they do it because they were forced to? You know what I mean? Never endangered anyone. I just had a very powerful message that was getting 6,000 live stream viewers a show at right before I was taken out. That's where we were at. 6,000 live viewers a show on this show, and they took me out, and we went 6 days a week. We went 6 days a week doing shows. 6 days. It's truly incredible. What I want to do now, guys, I want to bring the entire party over to pill.net. I want to have some fun. I'm trying some new formats here, guys, and I just want to, I'm trying to optimize this for Pilled, YouTube, for everybody. And I'm going to be experimenting with a lot of different things until we get locked and loaded for a format that I'll stick to for the foreseeable future. I want to bring everyone over to pill.net right now. Over on YouTube, the link is pinned to the top of the chat next to Little Cat's name there. Sign up. It takes 20 seconds. We're going to be playing, we're going to have a lot of fun playing videos that I cannot play on YouTube, and we're going to have a lot of laughs. Want to save this stuff, the fun stuff, for all you guys. Read your donations, hang out with the people that have supported me, and get that family vibe back. And I want the YouTube peeps over there as well. So please move over to pill.net, Rumble, Kick, X. Thank you all so much for joining the show. And we'll be back tomorrow again, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Every single day on this show is when we stream. I got recorded videos, shorts. We'll be doing it all. And we'll see you guys over on pill.net. Goodbye, my friends.